Hi everyone, a warm welcome. Today's topic is classification of singularities. Singular point is a point at which a function is not analytic. If z equal to a is a singular point of fz, then fz can be expressed as an infinite series containing powers of z minus a. That is, fz equal to a0 plus a1 into z minus a plus a2 into z minus a the whole square plus etc. plus b1 by z minus a plus b2 by z minus a the whole square plus etc. And it is known as the Lorentz series expansion of f of z at z equal to a. The infinite series b1 by z minus a plus b2 by z minus a the whole square plus etc. is called the singular part of f of z. Sometimes the singular part contains no terms, that is all b equal to 0. That means singular part will be absent. Sometimes the singular part contains only finite number of terms. At times singular part contains infinitely many terms. Based on these three conditions, we can classify singularities into three types. Number 1, removable singularity. 2, pole. 3, essential singularity. Z equal to a is called a removable singularity of f of z if singular part of fz is absent. If the singular part of fz contains only finite number of terms, then a is called pole of fz. If the singular part contains infinite number of terms, then a is called an essential singularity.
Consider the function e raised to z by z. Let it be fz. See clearly, z equal to 0 is a singular point. We have to identify whether it is removable or pole or essential. For that, you express this fz in the form of an infinite series containing powers of z. For that, we have to apply the result. We know the infinite series expansion of e raised to z is 1 plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus etc. So fz equal to 1 plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus etc. all divided by z. That is 1 by z plus 1 plus z by 2 factorial plus z square by 3 factorial plus etc. See, this is the infinite series expansion of the given function fz. Here, its singular part is this term. Its singular part contains only a single term. If the singular part contains finite number of terms, then the corresponding singularity is a pole. Here it contains a single term, so the singularity 0 is a pole and its order is 1. So, z equal to 0 is a pole of order 1. That is, z equal to 0 is a simple pole. Next, consider the function sin z by z square. Let it be fz. Clearly, from this part, 0 is a singular point. Next, you have to identify which type of singularity is 0. For that, you expand fz in the form of an infinite series containing powers of z. So, we can write fz as, we know the infinite series expansion of sin z as, what is sin z? It is z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. So you replace sin z by this infinite series. So you can express fz in the form of an infinite series containing powers of z. So it is z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. Whole divided by z square. You divide each term with z square. First term is 1 by z minus z by 3 factorial plus z raised to 3 by 5 factorial minus etc. Here also, the singular part is this. Since the singular part contains a single term, the corresponding singularity is pole. Here its order is 1. So, here 0 is a simple pole. Next, consider the function sine 1 by z. Let it be f z. See, clearly the singularity is 0 because you consider its argument. When z equal to 0, this is infinity. So the singularity is 0. So clearly 0 is the. Next we have to identify which type of singularity is 0. For that, you express f z in the form of an infinite series containing powers of z. With the expansion of sin z, we can express f z in the form of an infinite series. So what is f z? F z equal to sin z is z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. So what is sin 1 by z? It is 1 by z minus 1 by z the whole cube by 3 factorial plus 1 by z the whole raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. See, this is 1 by z minus 1 by 3 factorial z raised to 3 plus 1 by 5 factorial z raised to 5 minus etc. What is its singular part? Singular part is, see, this is completely its singular part. Singular part is those series in which it contains negative powers of z. See, all the terms are with negative powers. So, its singular part is this one. And the singular part contains infinitely many terms. If the singular part contains infinitely many terms, then the singularity is an essential singularity. So, we can conclude here 0 is an essential singularity of f z. Next, consider a function 1 minus cos z by z. Let it be f z. Clearly, from here, 0 is a singular point. Next, we have to identify which type of singularity is 0. For that, we have to express f z in the form of an infinite series. Here, we can express in the form of an infinite series with the help of the infinite series expansion of cos z. What is cos z? Cos z is 1 minus z square by 2 factorial plus z raised to 4 by 4 factorial minus etc. So we can write f z as 1 minus of 1 minus z square by 2 factorial plus z raised to 4 by 4 factorial minus etc. Whole divided by z. It is 1 minus 1 plus z square by 2 factorial minus z raised to 4 by 4 factorial plus etc. Whole divided by z. This will cancel. You can see it is z by 2 factorial minus z cube by 4 factorial plus etc. See, this is the infinite series expansion of f z. Here you have to identify its singular part. Singular part is those terms with the negative powers of z. Here, all the terms are with the positive powers. That means there is no singular part. Here the singular part is absent. If the singular part is absent, corresponding singularity is a removable singularity. So we can conclude the singularity 0 here is a removable singularity. Next, consider another similar function z minus sin z by z cube. So our function is z minus sin z by z cube. Clearly the singularity is 0. See, for identifying the nature of the singularity, we have to expand f z in the form of an infinite series. You can expand it with the help of the infinite series expansion of sin z. What is our sin z? Sin z is z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. So you write the expansion of f z, that is f z equal to z minus of z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. Whole divided by z cube. That is, first you open the bracket in the numerator. It is z minus z plus z cube by 3 factorial minus z z raised to 5 by 5 factorial plus etc. Whole divided by z raised to 3. You divide each term with z cube. So 1 by z square. Really this will cancel each other. So next you divide each term by z cube. So first term is 1 by 3 factorial minus z square by 5 factorial plus etc. See, plus clearly the plus etc. contains only positive powers of z. So here there is no negative power of z. That means here the singular part is absent. So we can conclude the singularity 0 is a removable. Next, consider the function sin z by z raised to 4. See, our function is sin z by z raised to 4. Clearly, the singularity is 0. For identifying the nature of the singularity, you expand f(z) in the form of an infinite series. You can expand with the help of the infinite series expansion of sin z. What is our sin z? Sin z is z minus z cube by 3 factorial plus z raised to 5 by 5 factorial minus etc. Whole divided by z raised to 4. You divide each term by z raised to 4. So z by z raised to 4, it is 1 by z cube minus 1 by 3 factorial with z plus z by 5 factorial minus etc. So clearly this infinite series containing only positive powers of z. See, our singular part is negative powers of z. So this is our singular part. How many terms in the singular part? There are 2 terms in the singular part. Since the singular part contains only finite number of terms, the singularity is a pole. So clearly 0 is a pole. See, if the singular part contains no terms, it is a removable singularity. If the singular part contains only a finite number of terms, it is a pole. If the singular part contains infinitely many terms, it is an essential singularity. Clearly it has only finite number of terms, so 0 is a pole. And what is its order? See, here the term is 1 by z and the term is 1 by z cube. See, the highest power is 3. So its order is 3. So here 0 is a pole of order 3. When you say singularity as a pole, it's better to mention with its order. So here 0 is a pole of order 3. Consider another function e raised to z by z. Let f is equal to e raised to z by z. Clearly 0 is a singularity. What is e raised to z? E raised to z is 1 plus z square by 2 factorial plus z cube by 3 factorial plus etc. Whole divided by z. So it is 1 by z plus 1 plus z by 2 factorial plus z square by 3 factorial plus etc. And its singular part is 1 by z. See, its singular part contains a single term. So the singularity is a pole. So clearly 0 is a pole and its power is 1. So its order is 1. So 0 is a simple pole of e raised to z by z. Let me consider one more function. E raised to 1 by z. Let f is equal to e raised to 1 by z. Clearly, see, if z equal to 0, this part goes to infinity. So from there we can identify the singularity. Clearly, see, that term tends to 0. Sorry, that term tends to infinity when z tends to 0. So the singularity is 0. Next, we have to identify which type of singularity is 0. So for that, we can again write f is as. What is the expansion of e raised to 1 by z? See, we have e raised to z is. See, in that you replace z by 1 by z. So e raised to 1 by z is 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by z the whole square by 2 factorial plus 1 by z the whole cube by 3 factorial plus etc. That is 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by 2 factorial z square plus 1 by 3 factorial z cube plus etc. See, this is the infinite series expansion of f(z). And this is its its singular part. See, in this infinite series, all the terms are with the negative powers of z. So this is its singular part. And how many terms in the singular part? You can see there are actually many terms in the singular part. So such type of singularities are essential singularities. So here 0 is an essential singularity.